in hero's pose. I'm going to just turn off my light here. And just bring your hands on top of your thighs. Palms up or down. Down. And sit up so that your spine is long, that the top of your head is to the sky, chin parallel to the floor. And just start to notice how the breath moves through your body this morning. Filling up belly, ribs, and chest. And perhaps setting an intention for your practice this morning. Maybe it's a thought or a sound or a word, a mantra. And then just continue to find length through the sides of the body as you breathe in, all the way up through the top of the head. As you exhale, let it all come back down and ground your sitting bones into the earth. And then bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center. Slight tucking in of the chin. Bring your hands to your third eye, to the space between your two brows. And then you bring your hands to the crown of the head and stretch them up, interlace your fingers, release thumb and forefinger. So if your arms don't go straight, maybe bring them a little bit further in front of you. And take a breath in as you lift out of your hips, drop your shoulders down, keep the biceps by the ears as best you can, and then just start to make circles through your torso. Keeping the arms with you as you go, so the biceps are connected to the ears. Just small circles, just to kind of wake up the spine and wake up the side body, and come back to center, and reverse that. So just notice and sit down, grounding your sitting bones to the earth. We'll make our way back up to the center. Reach your arms all the way up. Turn your eye gaze a little bit up to the sky. And exhale, release your hands down, take them behind you. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down on the earth. Lift your chest up, open up the front of your chest and shoulders. Good for your golf game, E.T. And fold forward as you come over your thighs, arms reach up, maybe back off your back. Inhale, release your arms, lift your torso. Bring the arms back overhead on an inhale. And take right arm behind you, left arm outside. Reach to the fingertips and lengthen your spine, inhale. And then twist a little deeper on the exhale. Ground your sitting bones nice and strong. Take your right hand on the floor behind you. Plant it palm down, so you might have to move it further back for some. And then just lift your left arm up. Spin the palm back towards the back of the room. And some of you might even want to lift your hips up off the floor in an early little extended spine. And if your hips are lifted, bring them back down. Return to center, arms up overhead. Good. Exhale, left hand behind you, right arm outside. Lengthen your spine on the inhale. Twist deeper on the exhale. And then walk your left hand back so you can plant your palm on the earth. Take your right arm up, flip it back. And again, some of you might want to lift your hips up. And then come on back down. Bring the arms up. One more time, interlace your hands behind your back, but move your fingers one finger over. Knuckles down, chest lifts up. Top of the foot, shin down, open up your chest, shoulders. Fold over your legs and lift your arms away from your body. And then release your arms, come back to sitting. Bring the arms over your head. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Adjust yourself on your mat. Turn your fingers towards you. Stretch out the front of the wrist, forearms. And stay here, or maybe you want to take some cat-cows here, tucking the tailbone underneath you. And then come back to neutral if you're moving your spine. Turn your fingers in towards you, but the palms are up now. And see if you want to take a few little push-ups here. Just releasing your wrists. Again, also good for your golf game. And just general health. And then come back to the center, turn your fingers forward, just in the natural position. Tuck your toes, arch your back, dip your belly. And then exhale, round and curl, tuck your tailbone, spread your shoulders. Inhale, arch your back, dip your belly, tuck your toes. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, back to neutral. Good. Cross one ankle in front of the other. Lay down on your backs. Come out. This is in honor of you, Michelle. On your backs all the way. Bring your knees up. I'm going to turn this way a little bit. So bring your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg out to the side. Take your right leg to the sky. Flex the foot. Reach your hands up towards your shin. Lift your head and shoulders up. Stay up with your upper body. Bring your right leg back to your chest. Lower your head. Bring the left leg to meet. Right leg extends out. And then extend the leg up in the air. Flex the foot. Point the toes. Roll through the ankle. Lift your head and shoulders up. Bend your knee. Lower your head, shoulders, knees into the chest. Knees over the hips, 90 degrees at the knee and the hip. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, and lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Bring your right arm to the floor, bring your left arm to your knee, and extend your left leg. Come back to center, inhale, and exhale, do the other side. And let's continue on. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. We're going to go for a few more. Exhale, 3. Inhale, waking up our core at the same time. 4. Extend in and out. Inhale and exhale, 5. We're taking it slow, but we're taking less reps. 6. 7. Twist. Let's do 3 more on each side. Look around. 2 more on each side. Good morning, core. 1 more on each side. And hug your knees all the way back to your chest. Good. Cross your ankles and rock up and down on your spine. And then once again, make your way onto your hands and knees. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Bring the knee down. Stretch your left leg back behind you. Roll on the toes. Bring it down. Tuck both toes underneath you. Find a downward facing dog. Hips up in the air. Chest towards your thighs. Spread your fingers. So think about your hands spreading and your pinky fingers spreading to the outer edges of your mat. And think of the same thing with your feet. Lifting the toes and spreading them and then pressing the outer foot towards the outer sides of your mat. Good. Breathe in, downward facing dog, and you can walk your dog side to side or stay in stillness. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands. Take your right hand to your left foot, shin, ankle. Look under your left arm. If your shirt doesn't get in your face like mine. And then work the right hand down. Switch sides, left hand to right foot, shin, ankle. Try to draw your hips towards your midline. And then begin to come back to center. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Separate your feet with hips width apart so you've got 2 fists in between. And then interlace your fingers and put your hands behind your head. Not too far down, but bring the elbows forward. The knees are bent. And then round your spine so your elbows and your knees touch. Push down through your feet. Keep that rounded spine as you come up to standing. When you come up to standing, open the arms, let your head rest in your arms. Lift out of your waistline and just lean over to the right side. Hug your hips in at the same time as you push your feet out. Come back to center. So you're just finding some long stability through your legs. And go to the other side. Inhale back to center, lift your heart up. So think about this, not arching your lower back, but lifting up from your middle back, and then opening up the heart like you're just lifting your heart to the sun. Release your hands, palms together, release thumb and forefinger like we did before. Tuck your chin in and round your spine like you're diving into a pool. Release your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift halfway up. Walk your hands out, one handprint, and send your weight to your heels. So you've got a nice long spine here. Knees are bent as much as they need to. Look forward, inhale. Walk your hands another handprint out. Inhale. Walk your hands another handprint out. Push your way to your heels and then find your own downward dog. So your own shape for your downward dog. Inhale onto your tippy toes, engage your quadricep muscles. Look forward to a high plank position, crown of the head to the tailbone. Resist the earth, spread your upper shoulders open. Lower your left knee underneath you and step your right foot in between your two hands. Place your hands on the blocks if you have them, and then pull your shoulders back and down. So your back foot is pressing down. So Maxine, I've totally lost you, but I trust everything that you're doing. And then go ahead and straighten your front leg. Lift your toes up. Rebend your front knee. Do that a couple times, just opening up your hips a little bit and the hamstrings. Let's do it one more time and then come back into your low lunge. Left hand stays. Right hand moves to your hip. Turn to the right side. Stay in the same position so you're not sitting on your back knee. Right arm comes up, lift up and out of your waistline and hug your hips towards the midline. One more breath. Exhale the right hand inside of the right foot. Turn your left foot on its side and draw your right hip in. Left arm is up. Stacking shoulders. Keep the tailbone tucked underneath you. Now look down at your right toes. Press through your right heel and reach up as if you were in Warrior Two. So your right knee is over the ankle. Shoulders are facing the left side of the room. Pull back a little more with your left side so that you have nice stacked shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. This is your Warrior Two pose for what it's worth. And then reach forward. Right hand back on the inside. Left arm up. And then spin your left hand down, left hip down. Separate your hands one more time on either side of the leg. Tuck your back toes underneath you. And hands on the floor or block, step into downward facing dog. Chest towards your thighs, lift high up on your toes. Lower your heels and breathe. Inhale on your toes. Come back to your high plank. Lower your right knee to the floor and step your left foot forward. So just line up your body appropriately, knee over the ankle, and then the back leg is slightly behind you. Pull your shoulders back and down, stretch into the back hips, and then straighten the front leg. Toes up or down, you choose, and rebend. Do a couple rounds of that with your breath. Just working the hamstring flexibility and the hip flexibility. And then let's do it one more time. And then rebend your front knee, right hand down, left hand on your hip. Rotate to the left side. Get them as much through your torso as you can. Left arm comes up. Hug your hips to midline and find the space so you can create more as we rotate. Big toe, little toe, bold foot, heel down. Look down, left hand on the inside of your left leg. Right toe spin to the left. Pull the left hip underneath you. Right arm up in the air. So think about hugging your knee and your tricep together. Draw your heel down and pull it towards the back leg. Look down at your left toes. And then inhale, find your warrior two on your knees. Pull back a little more with your right arm, but keep a nice 90-degree bend in your left leg. So when we get up to standing, it's the same thing. We're just not on our back knee. Reach out long, long, long from your center. Inhale. Good. Exhale, left hand down again, right arm up, and spin it back around to the front. Hands on the floor or the blocks, tuck your back toes underneath you, lift the back knee up, and step into a downward facing dog. Come high up on your tippy toes. Shift your body weight forward, look towards the front of your mat, pull your belly in. And then lower your knees to the floor by lower down to the floor. Hands by your chest, elbows in. Have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Push your pubic bone down and lift your chest up. So try not to, I'm looking up at you, but don't put your head up, turn your eye gaze up. So low Cobra Pose, pushing down through your feet, through your pubic bone. And then exhale, let it come down. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Lift your chest. Good. Push back to your heels, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog, up in the air with your hips. Biceps by your ears. Rise up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take a little walk to the top of the mat. As many steps as it takes you to get there. Forward fold, let your body surrender. Inhale, hands on the shins or the blocks, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Push down firmly through your feet and ragdoll to stand all the way up. Roll your shoulders back and around a couple times. And then bring your feet closer or keep them in a little bit wider position. Roll your shoulders back. Spread your fingers, lift your knees up. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers and put the hands behind your head. We did this before. So the weight of your head is just resting in your arms, spreading open your collarbones, but remember your feet and your legs are active and strong. Lift out of your waistline and lean to the right side. So keeping your elbows open, pulling your left shoulder back and your right shoulder forward a little bit. Inhale back to center and take it over to the other side. Exhale. Pull your right arm back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring the elbows in by your ears. Chin tucks to your chest, roll down through your spine. Release your hands to the floor, shins or blocks, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side, rise up all the way to standing, and take the prayer to your heart center. Inhale, bring your arms down, up and overhead. Exhale, fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge. Good, inhale, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high in the sky. Exhale, bring your right foot in between your two hands, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, press down to rise up, bring the arms with you. Exhale, take the prayer to the heart. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Fold down to the floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, step your left foot back, hold the lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high in the sky. Exhale, step your left foot forward, look up. Take a breath, exhale, feet together, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to your heart. Let's try that again. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high in the sky. Exhale, right foot through. Inhale, look forward, step together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, come to heart. Inhale, bring the arms over your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back, low lunge, stay here, inhale. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, left foot steps. Inhale, look forward, step together. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise to stand, bring your hands to your heart center and breathe. Release your arms down by your side. Find that grounding through your feet first. Lift up through the knees, tuck your tailbone. Press your outer foot outward as if you were pulling the mat apart. Tuck your tailbone, I think I said that. Actually lengthen your tailbone. Spread the ribs open, shoulders, collarbones open. Chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head to the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold inside your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, stay here. Right hand on the floor or a block, left hand to your hip. Lengthen your spine, so lift your belly off your thighs. Hug your thighs together, but create length in your spine as you rotate around that axis. Stack your shoulders, and then take your left arm up over your shoulders. Bring your heart to your heart opens, I should say, your right side to your left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Every breath I take, and every move I make, I am looking to lengthen out of my torso and find more space. On this exhale, left hand's going to come inside on the floor block. Turn your right foot on its side so the toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. Hug your left hip underneath, your right hand to your hip. Left thigh parallel to the floor. So remember how we did this on the floor with our knee, our thigh parallel to the floor. That means there's a little bit more of a bend in the knee. You might have to shorten or deepen your stance. Take another breath here in your side angle. Look down as you inhale, rise up, warrior two. So same thing we did on the floor. Pull back with your right arm, and then keep your knee in line with your hip over your second, third toe. Firm in the foot. Breathe. Pull your shoulders back so your shoulders are over your hips. Your back leg is firm with the big toe, little toe, forward foot on the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Now bring your right hand down. Nothing changes in the legs. Left arm reaches up. Place your right hand on your right hip and draw the right hip a little bit more towards your left knee. Inhale, come up with a straight leg. Bring your back foot in once or twice or stay long. And then shift your hips right, reach your torso forward. Left arm comes inside, outside, foot shin or block. And then work on releasing the left shoulder underneath the right. And again, the length of the spine will create and dictate how much we can rotate and create that nice strength in the side body. So I do say this jokingly, but it's not. Trimming your waistline. Breathe in, breathe out. It's not the full purpose of the pose, but it's very core active. Look down at your left toes. Inhale, reverse it back. Pull your right hip towards your left thigh. And then exhale, bend your left knee. Reach your arms forward again. Let your left arm rest on your right or your left thigh. Right arm up, spin open. Take your right hand behind your back. Maybe you reach for your left inner thigh. Spin your heart open. And imagine that you're leaning your whole left side of your body on your thigh. But pick up your bottom arm so you know that you're not putting your weight into the arm, that your legs are supporting you, your core is supporting you. Good. Side angle variation. We'll stay here for another breath. And then if you're bound, release it, right arm up. Turn your body forward. Walk one leg back, so the right leg goes back, hands on the floor block. Step back to a three-legged dog, left leg in the air, and open the left hip towards the side. square your hips, lower your foot. On your toes, come forward to high plank. Choose to go to your knees and take a push-up, skip your push-up, and meet in downward dog. Hips up in the air. Inhale high up on your toes, soften your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift when you get there. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, press down to rise up, bring the arms with you overhead, and bring the prayer to your heart center. Good, inhale, bring the arms down and up overhead. Exhale, fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the left foot back behind you into a low lunge. Have your block nearby. Left hand on the block, right hand to your hip. Lengthen your spine, hug your hips in. Rotate around your spine. Right arm comes up in the air. Good, lunge, twist. Keep working on the strength of the right glutes. Hug them in, breathe in, find that back leg nice and strong. Find space, one more breath. Good, exhale, right hand comes inside the foot. Left leg turns on its side. So the toes are turning towards the front corner of your mat. Right knee hugs in, left arm to your hip first, and then bring the arm up overhead. Look down to your toes, look up to your hand. Depends on how your neck is feeling. Trying to keep the length in the cervical spine rather than cranking it up. One more breath. Push firmly down through your feet, look down, and then inhale, rise to warrior two. Adjust it so your back arm pulls back a little bit further. Right thigh stays parallel to the floor. Your arms are active. Inhale and exhale. Find a steady gaze. It could be in front of you. It could be to your side. You could close your eyes. Reach and lengthen through your torso. Inhale. Left arm down, right arm up. Push your left hand onto your left hip and guide the left hip towards the right knee. And then you just get a little bit more lift and lower. Side, reverse warrior. Inhale. As you come up, straighten your front leg. Arms out, shoulder height. Bring the back foot in if you'd like to, any length. Move your hips left and torso right. Reach out as far as you can go before you touch down. And then hand on the inside, outside foot, shin or block. Just be careful that when you're even on your shin, that you're not pushing so far down on your shin that your knee starts to hyperextend, right? So lift the kneecap up and then turn your torso, stack your shoulders, tuck your hips underneath you. Strong legs, strong arms, strong core, triangle pose. Inhale and exhale. And again, your eye gaze can be up at your left hand or down at your right foot, or just anywhere that your neck is not compromised. Look down on the inhale. Good, come back and reverse it. Pull the left hip towards the right thigh. And then as you inhale, rebend your front knee. Hands come to the floor on either side of your right leg. And lift your right leg in the air, three-legged downward dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, kick it out, in and out. And then turn the hip forward, four on the floor, down dog. Inhale high on your toes. Shift forward, high plank. Lower down to your push-up or skip it or add to it. Upward facing dog, heart lifts. Downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the earth. Cross one leg in front of the other. Sit back behind your legs. Reach your legs out in front of you. Lay down on the floor. It's time for some more bicycles. Hands behind your head. Left to right, right to left. Ready, 3, go. 1, 2, 3 with control. 4, 5, 6, we're going for 10 this time. 7, 8, 9, Come back to center, hug your knees in. Rock and roll on your spine until you come up, cross your legs. Step back through plank, chaturanga, or just go to downward facing dog. All right, feet are together. Lift high up on your toes. I left something out. Right leg lifts up in the air. We'll get it. Right leg steps through. Turn your left foot on its side, windmill open, warrior two. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your leg. Arms out, adjust yourself for triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Again, lifting out of your waistline, finding the most stretch. Good. Inhale, reverse it, bend your front knee, adjust your back foot. Right arm on your thigh. So this I left out on this side, not intentionally. Take your left arm behind you. It's okay, we'll be going on. So open up your torso, chest, shoulder. I'll hold this one a little bit longer on this side. Pick up your right arm so you know that you're not using your arm to support you, but you're using your core and strength of your core and your hips. Good, inhale. If you are bound, take your left arm back up overhead. Good, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, right hand outside on a block or floor, any height. Knee inside of your arm. Left hand on your hip. And first work on the opening of the torso. And then tucking your hips under. So lengthen your tailbone underneath you. Left arm up in the air. And then take it up and over your head, palm down. So there's a tendency to kind of back out of that front leg because you're feeling it. Stay with it as long as you can. Bear with it. Tuck your tailbone underneath. Open your heart. Good. Now from here, left arm comes up. Come up to standing, reverse it. Ooh. Oh, you didn't walk? Okay. And come back up. Arms out, shoulder height. Turn your right toes in and take a forward fold. Who's that strange man? Halfway lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your hands to the outside of your feet, grab a hold of them. Look forward again, and then pull your elbows out to the side. Send your weight forward into the balls of your feet rather than your heels, head down. Good. If you have any kind of an inversion practice, this is a great time to take it if you'd like to. Or stay with us for another 2 breaths. And if anybody is inverting, take your time when coming down. Those of us on the floor, hands release underneath your shoulders. Walk around to the front of the mat. And once again, left hand stays down, right arm comes up, we twist. Stack your shoulders, hug your hips. Right hand comes down. Straighten your front leg and fold. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Hands on the floor, blocks, always available. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Hi, Cindy. Rebend your front knee. Hi, just in time. Right leg in the air, 3-legged dog. Open your hip and let it go. And then square yourself up. Stay here or take a vinyasa. Take one push-up or many, or none at all. And we'll just meet back in downward dog. Feet come together, back of the mat. Rise on your toes, lift your left leg in the air and step it all the way through. Turn your back foot on its side. Windmill open warrior 2, facing the right side of your mat. Good. Settle into it. Check out your alignment. Good. Inhale, right arm down, left arm up. There you are. Good. Inhale as you come up, straighten your front leg. Bring your back foot in once or twice. Lean forward, reach out. Triangle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Stack the shoulders. Legs are strong and active. Hug your tailbone underneath you. So really lift out of your torso. And again, the eye gaze goes where your neck will allow it, but make sure that you're not, hanging out in space with your neck all crunched up. Inhale, reverse this triangle. Exhale, rebend your front knee, warrior two for a moment. Adjust your back leg. Reach out, left arm on top of the thigh, right arm up. Right arm behind your back. Half bind, and make sure that your left arm is free of carrying your weight. Pull your heart open. Keep breathing. Look down. If you're bound, release it. And then bring yourself back into the reverse warrior. And then exhale, reach out to the outside of your left foot or on your block. Blocks are incredibly helpful for this pose. Right arm up, lengthen your tailbone, stack your shoulders, and then let's take the right arm back and around, palm down. Spin your heart open. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, bring the right arm back up to the side, height. Exhale, look down, right hand down, here's the hip spin. Left arm comes up in the air twist. Exhale, left hand down. Left leg straightens, shorten your stance if you'd like. Pull your left hip back and your right hip forward, halfway lift. And exhale, fold your body over. So try to keep your weight evenly distributed between 2 feet. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot. Good. Inhale, rebend your front knee, step back. Three-legged dog. Left leg high in the sky. Kick it open. Lower your foot. Come forward to high plank. Lower down halfway. Upward dog. You add, you take away, you find what works for your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your knees to the floor. Cross the ankles, sit back behind your legs, and have a seat on the floor all the way down. Third set of bicycles today, head and shoulders up. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, narrowing down the amount of bicycles we're doing today. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back to center. Hug your knees in. Cross the ankles as you rock and roll up. And then come forward, back into your push-up or right into a downward facing dog or even a child's pose, hips up in the air. Rise high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Step back with your left leg, 2 to 3 feet. Hips are squared, so your back foot may be a little wider, maybe a little closer, but not on a tightrope. And then place your hands on your hips so you can notice the levelness of your hips. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, take the arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down. Lift your chest. And then reach the hips back and heart forward. Stop halfway. And then as you stop halfway, unless you have a mirror or something to look in, think about pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, and then fold over. Head down. Weight in both sides of your feet and both feet. Stay here, find length, and then fold into it. Only go as low as your body will allow. You know you're going to get stopped. Your hamstrings are going to stop you at some point. And then the knees will bend. So go back up to where you can maintain straight. Inhale, pull yourself all the way up to standing. Maybe even a little mild back bend. Come back to your hands on your hips. Level out your hips. Place the right hand on your sacrum, left arm up in the air. Inhale. Lift out of your torso, pull back with the right hip, and then hinge forward. Head in line with your spine. Again, find length. Then rotate your torso, hand on the inside, outside, foot, shin, or block for your revolved triangle pose. Lengthen the tailbone and the head in the same line. Hug your right hip in. Rotate your torso, stack your shoulders. Right arm comes up. So keep looking for the length in your spine, for the rotation and the space. Look down as you release your hands. Take the hands, if you have a block, it's great to use, outside in the middle of between your right leg and your left leg, so you're still turning to the right side. And then just try to squeeze your hips towards each other. Keep your big toe down on the right foot, just for this one today. Come back to center. Fold in the center of your right leg. Right arm on the floor or block, left arm opens up. So it's kind of like a short triangle pose. And then fold it over your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg to right leg, top of the mat. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you overhead. Exhale, take the prayer to the heart. Inhale, step your right foot back 2 to 3 feet. Shoulders hips squared. Good, release your arms. Take them behind your back. Interlace one finger over from the other. Lift your spine. And lift out and fold forward. It's keeping the hips square, and keeping the front leg as straight as possible. So you might have to shorten your stance and keeping the back long. Really more important than anything is keeping the spine long, right? If your front knee bends, it bends, it's okay. And then folding as deep as your body will allow you to go. You know, like I said, your hamstrings are going to let you know that it's enough. And then use the strength of your arms to pull you up. Push down through your feet. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your hips. Square them off. Left hand to your sacrum, right arm up in the air. Lengthen out of your ribcage. Exhale, come halfway down. Square off, shoulders, head in line with the spine. Then rotate your torso, hand on the inside or outside, or on the foot, shin, or block. Lengthen, 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 rotate, rotate, rotate. And then maybe your left arm comes up, hug everything in. Look down at your toes. Fold down. If you have a block, move it to the left side a little bit more. And then just rotate your torso to the left side, steer pose. Big IT band stretch on your left leg. Hip hugs in on the right. Not necessarily a happy place to be for a lot of us. Be conscious that you're not rolling onto your left pinky toe. Not that it's wrong, but for today I want to keep it down. And then come back to your center. Bring your left hand inside. Right hand to the hip and open up to the right side. Short triangle. And let it go. Inhale, lengthen. Feet together, top of the mat. Forward fold, let it go. Ride your breath to stand all the way up. Bring your arms with you. Exhale, bring the prayer to the heart. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale with a halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high to low plank. Upward and downward facing dogs. Lift your hips up in the air. Rise up on your toes, bend your knees. Look forward, jump yourself to sitting. And then come back onto your back. Legs in the tabletop position. Fourth set, here we go. Bicycles, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Knees in. Hold on to your ankles for a moment, cross your heels, and then just, if you can put your foot to the floor, feet to the floor, bring your legs down. So you're sitting cross-legged on your back. Holding onto your heels, releasing the front of your hips a little bit more. Come back to the center. Switch the ankle that's on top, grab the ankles. Pull your heels down, pull your legs down, and then allow your legs to come towards the floor, perhaps. Come back up, uncross both legs, rock on your spine, 1 or 2, 10 times. Come up and step back through vinyasa or just a dog. Upward and the downward versions. Bring your right leg in the sky, open the hip, bend the knee. Bring the right knee to your chest round curl, and then bring the right knee to your right wrist for pigeon. Lower your back leg to the floor. Check behind you, just make sure your foot's not sickling in. Lift your heart up, flex your right foot. Stay upright for another breath, and then go ahead and make your way down to the floor. Finding your maximum stretch in your pigeon, which is going to change with each breath. So you might start a little bit more upright, and maybe you'll take yourself a little bit deeper into it. And then any variations, of course, are welcome. Right. So this is a pose that really, to be effective, has to be held a little bit longer. We won't hold it that long today, but in order to access deep into the left hip flexor and the right glute, there has to be a little bit of time here. And then just think of relaxing what you can relax. Let the breath be the guide. Notice where you are. Bring your hands to the floor as you inhale, lift your chest up. If you're on a block or anything, move it out. Take your left leg now and bring the knee behind you. So we started in Virasana. This would be like a half Virasana on this leg. Take your right arm behind you, left arm up in the air. Lengthen and then rotate, left arm outside. Right arm walks behind you. Inhale for length. Exhale for the twist. Squaring off your hips as best you can. Float the right arm up and lean to the left side. Rise back up. Release your hands, release your twist, go to the other side. Come back to your center. Right shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Bring your left leg and either place it on top or just in your comfortable seat position. So my hips are pretty tight. You can also sit on a block. Walk your fingertips out in front of you and just stop where you first feel that resistance. For me, it's very early. So in an ideal pose, your left ankle is hanging off your right knee and your right leg, they're parallel to each other. So listen to the words, don't necessarily watch what I'm doing. Breathe in and out. Keep walking forward until you feel the resistance. Again, stay with it for a few breaths. And then find yourself, again, creeping forward in and out of this to create more and more depth. Take 2 more breaths here. And good. Walk your hands back in. Release your legs, lean back. Shake it out. Good. We're just going to keep the left leg in and swing the right leg behind us. Tuck the toes underneath you. Lift the knee up. Square your shoulders, hips. And then again, start upright. So some of you will have your shin parallel to the front edge of the mat right now. And then as you start to feel the space getting bigger, wider, longer, come down a little bit more, and then go until you find your maximal place for today in this pose. And we'll stay for a little bit of time. Few breaths in and out before you know it. Try not to hold on to any tension anywhere, so let your belly soften, let your toes soften, your facial muscles, your fingers, and of course the thoughts inside of your head. Stay for a few more rounds of your breath. Inhale, the hands come to the floor, lift your chest up. If you're on a block, remove it from your left side and bring your right knee in a mermaid position behind you. If this is too much pressure for your knee, you can open the angle or just straighten the leg. Good. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, left hand behind you, right arm outside you. Lift and lengthen and twist through your torso. Inhale, left arm comes up and over. Then come back up and counter the twist. Come back to your center. Take your left shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then the same thing, right ankle hangs off left knee. Mine won't get there. My hips are pretty tight. Sitting on a block will help somewhat. Oh, bye, Maxine, if you're leaving. I'll see you Saturday, I hope. All right, guys, so sit up nice and tall. Walk your fingers in front of you. Stop at the first point of resistance and breathe. And then as the body eases into it, find a little bit more space. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale, walk it back in. Release it, lean back, shake it out. This time I want you to lay back on your back again. Legs 90-90, take your head up off the floor. 10 more bicycles, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. All right, right leg all the way over left leg this time. Knees over knee, grab the ankles. Open your arms to a T. Move your hips right, let your knees fall to the left side twist. Uncross the legs, come back to center. Left leg over right leg, knee over knee. Grab the ankles, open your arms, hips to the left, knees fall to the right. So nice deep spinal twist. Let me see if I can turn a little bit. Make your way back to the center. Good. Uncross your legs. Hold on to the top of your foot shin. Place your feet onto the floor. Arch the back for a moment. And then tilt it so that your pubic bone points up. Your back is imprinted. Inhale, stretch your hips up and release your arms over your head. Just look straight ahead. Exhale, articulate down. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, articulate down. Find the strength in the back side of the body. Inhale, lift up. Stay here. Push down through your feet and lift your hips up. Energetically draw your heels towards your buttocks and your knees towards the front of your mat. Good. Stay here or bring your arms underneath your back or take your hands to your shoulders, turn the fingers in and find yourself to the crown of your head and then lift up into your big, beautiful, heart opening Chakrasana, wheel pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana. And wherever you are, take a few more breaths before coming on down. We're just doing one of those today. Hug your knees into your chest when you are down on the floor. Take the right knee in, left leg long once again. And then take your right hand to the right knee and open it out to the side. Keep your left hand on your hip to remind it to stay down on the floor. And then last spinal twist, left knee or left hand draws the right knee across the body. Make your way back to center, both knees to the chest. And then keep just the left knee, extend your right leg out. Right hand on your right hip, left knee opens out to the left side. Keep your hips grounded. And then cross the leg over, take the opposite hand, twist. And then come on back to center. One more big hug of your knees to your chest, round and curl. And then find your way home on your backs to Shavasana. Arms by your side, hips open. And we will finish our sequence after for our last, second, third to last day of our ab challenge. Lay on your back. Scan your body, soften your glutes, soften your arms, soften your legs, soften your belly, soften your face. And let go, let your body surrender into the mat. Let go all physical, mental tension.
Start to deepen your breath.
Begin to bring your awareness back into this time and space. Move fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. And then draw your knees to your chest and take yourself onto either side. Now in your own time, come back to center. Sit in a comfortable seat. Close your eyes, gaze to the tip of your nose, bring your hands together. Allow your chin to tuck towards your chest. Say amen. Thank you for showing up for what you need to do for yourself today. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Bowing to each other. Namaste, Sat Nam. Go in peace. If you're home, stay fit, stay healthy. Get back, wear a mask.